Stacking chips, building a dynasty for 2028 Las Vegas. It started in 72. It has the same type of feel. Are you not entertained? Let's get into it tonight on Locked On A's.
You are Locked On A's, your daily podcast on the Athletics, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Welcome to Locked On A's, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. I am your host, Booney, one name, all passion. I've been an A's fan for 40 years now. I've seen Ricky run wild. I've seen the big three. I've seen that thing they called Mount Davis. And tonight, I saw yet another piece. Kurtz hitting an absolute bomb. Well, that 500 feet, it went over the batter's eye. It might still be going. There's a possibility. I tell you, I've seen some things the last couple nights that I haven't seen with the A's. And it's been a lot of fun. And we're stacking chips. And we're building a dynasty. And we're making noise now. And you know what else, guys? You know what else tonight reminded us of? You can't sleep on the A's. You cannot sleep on the A's. I've been saying it all year long. We're a good ball club. We're a good ball club. I never gave up. We went through a streak, but we're a damn good team. And there was a reason I held out hope for so darn long. We are free and available wherever you get your podcasts, including YouTube. So do me a favor and punch that subscribe button wherever you are following the show. I mean, the A's lit up the scoreboard in a wild 11-5 win over the Reds in West Sacramento. It was a tense matchup for a while, right? Down 2-0 against Hunter Greene. I thought it was ball game. We fight back. Carlos Cortes continues to be something else. Has an incredible at-bat against Hunter Greene. 2-run bomb gives the A's a 3-2 lead. Previous to that, Rooker solo bomb. Jacob Wilson, huge double, where we got a break off it, and then we really kind of didn't get a break. 5-2 lead. Severino gives up a 3-run bomb. 5-5. Same old story, right? All year long. But the story's been different the last couple nights. Jacob Wilson, huge double in the 7th. It was unbelievable tonight. And of course, how can I forget? I won't forget. 493-foot grand slam, igniting a late inning eruption. I tell you guys, oh man, the A's are sure making up for a lot of time, a lot of pain that we have had in this year. That's for sure. What do you guys got, man? This is about you. My A's bias, what is happening, my man? Just watch both Cincy shows, there's this superior sense that they think they have over the A's. They are mad they lost with no respect for our lineup. Hey, listen. Hey, let me tell you something. Like I said, you can't sleep on the A's. It's a good ball club. This is a good ball club. Real good. I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked that we won. I'm a little surprised on how we've been winning because it's different than what's been going on all year. George, my man, how are you? Oh, great win. Great win. Fun. Different. Teroshan. Funny. Reds have had like 10 or less winning season since 1990. I don't know how these fan base have one or two good seasons in recent years and think they're the hottest thing ever. Could make the same thing for a lot of teams in the AL West, that's for sure. George, with all the great outfield options, are you ready to trade JJ in the offseason as I am, Booney? Who wants JJ, right, George? I mean, think about it if you're a GM on another team, right? What are you going to give up? Do you want to trade for JJ if you're a GM on the other team? Our starting outfield, Sodi and Lawrence in center, Cortez in right. I like it. Booney, and in your opinion, tonight was day 3 Hall of Fame induction ceremony. The year they played with us was missing piece, in your opinion, to win the World Series. In your opinion, tonight was the day the 3 Hall of Fame induction ceremony. The year they played with us, the missing. As far as pitching, are you talking about? I think that's what you mean, Jordan. And absolutely. I mean, if that's what you mean, that's the piece the A's are missing. But you got to look at it, right? Pitching, something's homegrown. Mulder, Zito, Hudson. Mulder, second overall pick out of Michigan State. Zito, what was he, 9th overall out of SC. Hudson, 6th round. Now, that was a steal out of Auburn. But how is he such a steal? Because Hudson was the SEC Player of the Year. How he switched to the 6th round? Anyway. I love Cortez too, but since he plays outfield and infield, I think it's best to plug him in accordingly if there's the righty. Hey, right now, let's enjoy what we have as far as next year. I think there's a number of things you can do with Cortez, but Cortez has been killing it, man. Cortez is an athletic, that's for sure. The big 3. Magic. Hey, Salty, you said it, bud. Magical. A lot of fun. I want to say Cortez over Geloff at second base, righties, but Geloff's deep. Yeah. That's the thing that's keeping Geloff alive in the conversation. I mean, his glove isn't just good, Tereshon. It's Gold Glove good. He's phenomenal at second base. Phenomenal. The big Amish. I hope Mac and Jose were still. Oh my God, that was so far, wasn't it? That was such a bomb. I think so. At that point, it's still a 7-5 game. Great night for our organization, the Hall of Famers. Result of history. Proud to be an A tonight. Hey, we deserve tonight. I'll tell you that. We haven't had many of these nights. It was nice to get one. Seriously, can we consider Cortez for second base over Geloff next year? You know, obviously he's in the conversation, Salty. Now we're talking about Cortez. I told you guys about Cortez when he was in Vegas. Cortez has been the hottest hitter. A couple things you got to recognize about Cortez. I've been calling for Cortez for a while. Now, I've been following Cortez since we picked him up, since he arrived in spring training. When he arrived in spring training, you got to remember, 3rd round pick out of South Carolina, a journeyman, 27 years old for the most part, hasn't had his shot. In spring training, one thing I did notice, although his numbers were terrible, he hit the ball in the screws all spring training. When he got to Vegas, awful start, terrible. He was hitting like 160. Since then, after the first month of the season, he's been the hottest player in the whole organization. And this isn't a surprise for me with regard to Cortez. I've had my eye on Cortez for quite some time. But yeah, obviously I didn't expect him to do it. But once he started to get hot, I started to watch him like, let's bring him up. Let's bring him up. I wanted Cortez to come up over Colby. Cortez, full-time second baseman. We're going to see what kind of second base he can play. Right, Angelo? He hasn't had a whole lot of time. We'll find that out next year. Cortez, yes. Hey, great call. Great call. The at-bat of the year. No question about it. What inning did that come in at? That was in the second inning. It was a 12-pitch at bat. 12-pitch at bat. Started off 2-0, 2-2, foul ball, full count, and then 5 straight foul offs before a 2-run bomb that gave the A's the lead. Unreal. Boney, thanks for the loyalty to us. Hey, thank you guys, man. Sam, thank you, bud. It's all about, hey, thank you. Pandra, Booney, I traveled to Anaheim last week for my first MLB game ever. Watched the 17-4 game. Wow. Is that right, huh? That must have been awesome. Where was the missing piece for us to win? What was the missing? Jeez, it was crazy. I was doing the statistic earlier. You want to hear a crazy statistic, guys? The first, I want to say 35 days of the year, our bullpen, first 35 days between Justin Sterner, Grant Holman, and Tyler Ferguson, I think it was 40-something innings between the three of them. They allowed 2 earned runs. ERA, 0.45. Those same 3 that were such a big cause to us losing 20 of 21, first 30 days, 0.45 ERA. I mean, that's what did it, man. That's what did it. It matters when you guys have guys like Carlos Cortes, Colby Thomas, Zach Geloff. Culture matters. I've been big on that. I keep talking about culture, culture, culture. Culture matters. And right now we have that in the locker room. That's one thing. And I've also stated in many things too as well. I'm cautiously optimistic. When you play with expectations versus when you play without really anything going on with a team that's out of it, you play different. You play differently. You're a lot more loose. Regardless, big win. And how we got it done, even bigger. No question about it, guys. I got to take this quick break. Once I come back, hey, I want to hear from you guys. It's about you guys. This fan base and who has hung out to continue to watch this game speaks volumes for what this fan base can become and for what this team is growing. Absolutely. So huge, guys, huge. I'll see you guys in a minute. Right now, new customers can bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. I love using FanDuel because it fits however you would like to bet. Player props, building a same-game parlay, or even jumping in live as the action unfolds. It makes every game more exciting, whether you are watching your team or just keeping an eye on your fantasy lineup. It's quick, easy, and the best way to add a little more energy to Sundays. So are you ready to play? Download the FanDuel app now by visiting FanDuel.com to get started. That's FanDuel.com to place your first $5 bet. This episode is also brought to you by Prize Picks, the daily fantasy app where making the right call can actually pay off. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right means cashing in. With football back, Prize Picks is the simplest and fastest way to get in on the action. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player projections, and you can turn your takes into real prizes, all in less than 60 seconds. I've been playing Prize Picks lately, and it's such a fun way to stay locked in for the season. It's quick, easy, and honestly, my favorite way to follow along with football. I love checking projections like Josh Allen for more or less than 270 passing yards, or Saquon Barkley for more or less than 1 rushing touchdown. This week's max discounts was September 4th, Dak Prescott over half a passing yard, Lamar Jackson over half a passing yard, Travis Kelce over half a yard receiving, Patrick Mahomes over half a passing yard. So they're giving you one free play that you will hit on. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code LOCKEDONMLB to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code LOCKEDONMLB for $50 in lineups after your first $5 play. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. George, what was the missing piece? Yeah, like I said, bullpen. Again, came through again tonight. The Reds should not feel superior. Does anybody of their players other than De La Cruz and Hunter Greene? Well, you got to remember, what's his name? Was an all-star. Hayes was an all-star with Baltimore. Austin Hayes, was an all-star with Baltimore. Bodie Trout in on from Vegas to see my first MLB game ever last weekend, 17-4. Grand Slam. Timmy, I love the lineup too. Butler makes a huge difference when Butler is playing. It's a big deal, guys. Butler's having better at-bats. He's putting the ball in play. He's getting on base. He had 3 stolen bases tonight. As a team, we had 4 stolen bases. We were active. We were making things happen. Great win. My A's. Butler's face off that Kurtz homer seems to be a baseball card. Love the double steal. Yes, with Butler getting stolen bases, we score in bunches. Absolutely right, Timmy. And also, we're scoring in different ways than just homers. We had 3 homers yesterday, solos. We had another solo homer today as well. I'm like, okay, that's great. But we need to score other ways. And we did that tonight. And we did it off a supreme and absolute stud of a pitcher in Hunter Greene. Big time win. Kotsay sat Plade and lost all 3 games. He lost his swing again on breaking balls. Yeah. 0 for 5, 3 Ks. I saw that. I don't know what to say on Plade. I'm rooting hard for Plade. Is Soderstrom still resting? No, I think Soderstrom's he's day-to-day. I don't know exactly what the injury was. I don't think it's serious whatsoever, but it's a day-to-day thing. And I don't think if Cortez has those 2 homers, he's back in the lineup today. But he had the 2 homers. I mean, the kid's hitting, man. Give Cortez his flowers. Cortez hitting .338 right now on the year. He's been absolutely on fire. I mean, good for him. Good for him. I love the way Cortez is playing. He's playing a good left field as well. Severino is okay today. You know, he kind of looked like Cortez looked like he was, Severino looked like he was kind of going through the motions. Regardless. But he's okay. You know what I mean? I mean, what he did. What was his final line? He got hit hard when he was in there as well. It wasn't like 5 innings pitched, 6 hits, 5 runs, all earned, 2 walks, 2 Ks, 77 pitches. Like, it was a Severino outing. Whatever. You know, Alvarado came in there. I'm not too positive on Alvarado yet. He got the outs. He got hit hard when he was in there. Hogan Harris looked great as always. Kelly got out of a little bit of a mess. He was solid. Yeah, guys. Brady Basso. You guys know Brady Basso got the win tonight on 6 pitches. It's good to say. Another perfect outing for Brady Basso. It's nice to see him coming around. I tell you, don't ignore Brady Basso. Don't ignore Brady Basso for next year as far as part of the rotation. I like Basso. I had Basso this year as the 5 starter before he got hurt. You never know. I don't mind resting Soderstrom. He played almost every game this year. Don't want him to get hurt. D-backs left field got hurt and is probably all next season. Tight growing in. Thank you. Severino's home run balls were right down. Yeah, they were. Severino's kind of playing out the year. I'm still a proponent of trading Severino. If someone will take him, I don't think anybody will. Jay Souls, another great performance by Severino. Severino is who Severino is, right? It shouldn't be much of a surprise to us as far as what Severino is doing. But hey, nice to get a win, guys. Nice to get a win. When I come back, are we going to be able to get the sweep? Can we get the sweep for once, guys? I want the sweep. We got a favorable matchup tomorrow. So let's see what happens. Let's go through that once I come back. See you in a minute, guys. You have probably seen a million ads for hair growth products and thought, sure, like that actually works. There are so many products out there, and it's hard to know which ones are actually going to do anything. That's why you should give Nutrafol a closer look. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand trusted by over 1.5 million people. And it's just not hype. This is a supplement clinically tested that targets the root causes of thinning and shedding with a proactive approach. Whether you are at work, out with friends, or even just getting ready in the morning, Nutrafol gives you more confidence in your daily routine. I love that Nutrafol is simple to add to your day. 4 pills with a meal, no prescription needed. Simple. And you can feel good about it knowing Nutrafol is NSF certified and backed by peer-reviewed studies. See thicker, stronger hair with less shedding in just 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering Locked On MLB listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code Locked On MLB. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code Locked On MLB. Today's episode is brought to you in part by FanDuel. Right now, new customers can bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. Download the app today. FanDuel.com. Speaking of Sodi, he is second on the team with almost 4 WAR, but still gets less talked about than Wilson, Shea, and Rooker. Yeah, he does. He's been streaky, right, Terashawn? He started off on fire, then went in a miserable slump. All of a sudden, as of late, has been on fire. But yeah, you're right. He's starting to get his flowers, though. They're starting to talk about him. Odds Harris pitches a 4th game. He won't pitch tomorrow. Who do we got in the pen for tomorrow? Who knows? I mean, if we want to stay consistent, Timmy, as far as how he has used his bullpen, I don't see him. I don't see him going tomorrow. We got Scott McGow. Ugh. Not too confident in him. Bedot, Jesus. Maybe. Tyler Ferguson's probably going to go tomorrow. Sean Newcomb will go tomorrow. Justin Sterner will go tomorrow if we need that. If it's a tight game is what I'm getting at. If it's a tight game, we'll see those guys. Ferguson, Newcomb, Sterner. Alvarado, he only threw 13 pitches tonight. Maybe we'll see Basso as well. I mean, Basso only threw 6 pitches tonight. So I think we have some options. Again, depends on what kind of game it is tomorrow. They did. Scott got sent down. I didn't see that. George, did you see who they replaced him with? Thanks for that info. I don't know. I didn't see the transactions today. I'm curious who they called up for him. If you have that info, let me know. DeVries and this team in 2 to 3 years, there's a deep playoff run in this team. Get excited. Yeah, no question. I mean, DeVries has been on fire for AA too. I didn't see exactly what he did tonight. Let's take a look, right? Why not? We're here. Let's take a look at what old DeVries did. He's been on fire, that's for sure, because he started off slow in AA Midland. But as of late, the last few games, he's been just on a tear. Let's see what he did tonight. Why not, right? I mean, big win. Haven't had a lot of these. Midland, there we go. 9-8. Okay. It's a good sign. They lost. It's not a good sign, but was 8 runs scored, meaning DeVries might have done something. Come on. Leo DeVries. Oh, my God. Another monster game. Is that tonight? Let me make sure that's all on the right thing. Let's see. Today, yeah. DeVries went off again tonight, guys. DeVries went off again. Unbelievable. 3 for 5. Jesus, DeVries. Wow. The kid's been smoking. 3 for 5, 3 RBIs, 2 runs scored. He hit another bomb. I mean, this kid's been on fire. I mean, Leo DeVries has been on fire, guys. You want to know his numbers for the month? I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you DeVries' numbers for the month. That's right. Mitch Spence got called up. For what, George? For what? Why did Mitch Spence get called up? It wasn't like he was pitching well in Vegas. Hey, check this out, guys. I want you to check this out. This is nutty right now. My God. Hang on. Bear with me. DeVries in this month, in the month of September, is 18. Excuse me. DeVries in the month of, yes, DeVries for September, 18 for 43, 12 runs scored, 5 doubles, a triple, 5 home runs, 13 RBIs. He's hitting .419. Slug, 930. Is that good? I don't know. Is 18 for 43 with 5 doubles, a triple, and 5 home runs, hitting .419, a slug of 930. Is that good? Jesus. Cortez, that's not a bad call. Classic Jukebox. That's a sick name, by the way. Yeah, but Timmy, 430 in the last month. And you got to remember when he first got called up to Double-A, he was terrible. A sweep will come if Kotsay gets cute with the lineup like he does in the finale and gives Schumann. He might, yeah, I could see that happening too, Tim. What's up? I'm starting to believe we'll see DeVries in the big league roster. Hey, Salty. If the kid's going to go 18 for 43 and bat 430, I mean, I think he kind of put himself on AAA's opening day roster next year. I will say that. And right now, the way I'm looking at DeVries is kind of like how I looked at Kurtz at the beginning of the season. I don't know. No, I understand that. I just didn't think Spence was the guy I'd want to call up for McGow. That's all. Hernandez or Muncy at third. You got to go Muncy. I think Hernandez is going to be your super utility guy. Because Hernandez can play short. Hernandez can play second. Hernandez can play third. He can play all the positions in the infield. So he'll get plenty of at-bats. He'll get plenty of chances when he's playing all 3 positions. So I think right now it's going to be Muncy for sure. Muncy still has a long way to go, right? But Muncy was on the right track as far as what we saw. But Jesus, DeVries. I mean, that's exciting. Let's see how pitching did. Gonzalez, Robles, Johnston, not much there. I want to see how AAA Vegas did tonight. See what those kids did. Guys, that's exciting, man, about DeVries. The guy's been on a tear, man. 18 of 43 for September? I mean, that's scary. Let's see what we did in Vegas here. Any cool news out of Vegas? Let's see. 9-1, they lost. Son of a gun. Let's see who did what in Vegas. Aviators. Yeah, pretty quiet. And Mikel Otanez has just gotten rocked, man. I was expecting big things out of Otanez this year. I get he's been hurt, but even when he's been down in the AAA, he's gotten crushed. George, I would have liked to see Gustavo Rodriguez get called up. I want to see Gustavo Rodriguez get called up. Gustavo Rodriguez has been at high A, double A, and triple A, and he's tore it up at all three levels. I wanted to see what he had. That's who I wanted to see. I think he's earned it versus anybody else out there. Gustavo Rodriguez is the guy I wanted to see. Salty, the bullpen's being lights out since Miller getting traded. Yes. Yeah, they're all pitching for something. They're all pitching for something. Understand for the playoffs, I assuming you're asking for the playoffs with regard to AAA. Yeah, let me tell you how it works. Okay, so here's what you got. 2025 AAA is basically kind of like a national championship game, right? There's three. There's the it features the winner of the best of three International League and the Pacific Coast League in a single game format. Will be played on September 27th in Vegas and crown an overall level. Overall winner. You have two halves to the minor league season. The first half ended on June 22nd, and the second half ending on September 21st, which is what? Next Sunday. You have an off day on the 22nd. The first half winners, which the Aviators are, serve as the host of the best of three LCS, which is slated to begin on the 23rd. The winner of the two LCS, right? So you have the PCL and the International League. The PCL first half and second half will face off. And then you'll have the the International League first half and second half face off. Only 4 teams total. Those two winners face off for the championship. Does that make sense? I know I wasn't probably the smoothest in explaining that, but it's not the easiest format as far as how they do it and the simplicity of how it works. But that's basically it. 2 halves of the season. First half champ versus second half champ in the PCL. The International League, first half versus second half. Those 2 winners facing off against each other for the championship. I'm not sure. I think it's a best of 3 or best of 5 in that series. AAA team, Vegas. Yes, correct. It's crazy how many prospects destroyed AAA and how many mainstays. Yeah, no kidding, huh? Right. Yeah, it's hard to really. The PCL is a hard league to judge. It's a hard league to judge. Watching Hudson, Mulder, and Zito get interviewed, it really was, wasn't it, Salty? I thought they were great together. They were all awesome, man. How about what was pretty cool when Hudson was talking about how fast Mulder got fast-tracked? Because you got to remember, Mulder was drafted 2 overall, right? And he got fast-tracked immediately to AAA. And Hudson, even though he was the SEC Player of the Year, was a 6th-rounder. So he goes through, single A, double A, all through the process. So that was kind of funny when he was talking about that. Am I still bullish on Bleday? I don't know what you do with Bleday, J-Souls. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what you do with Bleday until he is done with team control, which isn't until 2029. I mean, what do you do with him? When is he due up? Yeah. So I 28 or 29. I don't know what you do. Would I like to move him and trade him? Yeah, but we're not going to get anything for him. So do I still see like some hope of what he could possibly do? we've seen stretches of it. I mean, what do you do with them? Anyway. Yes, we are. Hats off to the broadcast team. They did a super job tonight. Yeah, they were all right. They were okay. They did a good job. You're right. I thought they handled. They asked the right questions with Mulder, Zito, and Hudson. I thought they were great. Yeah, you're right. Even though the big three all went elsewhere, it was great that they said there was no tighter clubhouse, right? Hey, Salty, culture. And A's teams have always had that. The great teams, A's teams have always had that. And there's been a lot of great A's teams. So we've got to continue that. And that's the main thing I stress over. So how we win is almost more important than the winning itself. Even when we were 20-16 earlier this year, it was exciting. But I had concerns about culture, how we were playing, communicating on pop-ups, which still seems to be an issue. So, Blade, yeah, no question. I mean, he'd be lucky to make the opening day roster. You want to give up that fast on Blade, huh? I'm not quite ready to do that, but I'm not ready to do that, George. I get what you're going at. I'm not ready to do that. Blade's ceiling is still decently high. Yes. Better to keep him over trading. Yes. I don't even think we'd get a no-name prospect. I don't think we'd get much. I agree with you. Here, look, I mean, you got to look at it like this, right? Blade 27. I mean, I think you got to just keep him until you're done with player control, which is 2 more years. And if it happens, he stays in the minor leagues, so be it. You never know what he's going to end up being. I love all those Hall of Famers showed up. Me too. I was happy they showed up. Brody posted Mark and Canseco seems like chime in when you want. I'm sorry, I no longer see Brody. Yeah, I know. Yeah, me too. He hit 40 doubles last. Yeah, he was on a tear last year, man. I mean, Blade's second half was unreal. He showed us what he could be. I'm not ready to throw in the towel on Blade. If the A's lock up Wilson and Kurtz, each with $100 million, 10-year deals this offseason, I'll be thrilled. Solid win-win. I would like that. I hope that's where our money goes instead of like some throwaway starter like a Cal Quantrill or something. You know what I mean? Play Cortes in every remaining game. Where do you play him at now, Rocket Man? Where do you play him at? You go every day with him and right? And you just sit Colby? I wouldn't mind platooning Colby and Cortes in right. I would like to see that. And I would like to see Cortes playing some second base as well. Maybe platoon him and Geloff at second. I think Geloff on the same. Geloff offensively is on a worse trend than Blade. Geloff offensively is awful. What Geloff has going for him is Geloff is at a very high level defensively. Geloff is a Gold Glove caliber defensive player. I don't think he's quite at the level as a Denzel Clark in comparison defense to defense, but Geloff's elite defensively. And that's the difference and that's why Geloff's more in the conversation than Blade. And that's why Geloff's playing every single day, is because Geloff defensively is absolutely elite. I mean, you guys remember the play he made on Wednesday against the Red Sox? Up the middle? That was huge, man. He made some nice plays tonight. He makes a nice play every single night. He's athletic. He has range. He's really, really good defensively. So that's the thing. Right field for Cortes? Yeah, no question. I like that. Listen, It's one thing I've gotten right, guys, is Cortes. I was talking about Cortes months ago. And it's one of the few things I've gotten right. But he's been awesome. He's been awesome. I'm going to throw out some stats when I get them as far as how hot he's actually been. But Cortes has been fantastic, man. It's a fun win, guys. It's a fun win. It's fun to get guys like Hunter Greene. Hey, poor Reds, man. Poor Reds. They were counting on this series, man. His arm is fantastic, Jay Souls, as far as Ellie De La Cruz, for sure. But fielding, he's not there, man. He's had a lot of errors this year. He's had a lot of errors. A lot of routine plays he hasn't made. We need Geloff's glove because Wilson's somewhat... Wilson's good defensively. Wilson's good. He's solid. Okay? He's solid. It can't be weak up the middle, for sure. Wilson's good. I'll take Wilson defensively over a lot of Major League Baseball shortstops. I like him. I think he's had a solid year. He hasn't had like a great year defensively, but he's been solid. He's been a solid shortstop. I like him. Let's not overlook the new upgrade hitting coach could save JJ and Geloff. When we lose, why is it offensively? It's approach and adjustments. Yeah. I mean, look how good Butler's been as of late. And a lot of it has to do with his at-bats. You look at Butler's at-bats today. Let's take a look at that. I want to look at it. It's one thing I haven't looked at. And how many pitches he took. You remember at the beginning of the season and for most of the year, the first pitch Butler saw, he used to swing at. He's been better. He walked on the first at bat. 6 pitches. 6 pitches. 1-0, 1-1, 2-1, 2-2. 6 pitches. He came up in the 3rd inning. He looked at 2 pitches, single to right. Okay. And then he got a little fielder's choice in the 4th, 2nd pitch. Struck out in the 6th, but it was a 6th pitch at bat. Those are the things I'm looking at. He singled to right, huge at bat. It's the first pitch. So maybe not necessarily, but it does seem like his approach is a lot better. I talk about JJ, situational hitting. I've talked about that for a long time. Hank, how are you, buddy? I'm an athletics fan. I was born in 36. Is that right, man? Wow. Jesus. You got a favorite memory in your time as an A's fan? Something you saw or something you remember? Yeah, Chuck Wilson is way better than Volpe. Yeah, way better than Volpe. Way better than Volpe. I ain't worried about Volpe either, Hank. A discipline-focused Butler can do wonders. Yeah. When he's locked in. The big thing with Butler, Jay Souls, the big thing with Butler, guys, is how he handles adversity. How he handles bad streaks. That's what I want to see from Butler. That's when we know he's turned the corner. That's when we know he's grown up. How is he going to respond when he has a bad streak? He's been better. He's not there yet, though. But, hey, listen, over the last 30 days or so, he's playing great. Give him his flowers. I might actually like Cortes over both JJ and Geloff at this point. Glad to see Butler reach 2020. As I've said it before, I like Butler in the 6th spot. Salty, he looks like a hell of our offense is just when Butler's Butler and batting in that leadoff spot, he's the only guy that is any threat on the bases to steal. He puts a jolt in this offense when he is in the leadoff spot, and he's doing what leadoff hitters do. So I'm not ready to quit on Butler in the leadoff spot. More like proceed with caution, I guess, is the best way to put it. Reds still haven't gotten over 72 series. They haven't, Rocket Man. Hank, I've seen all of our World Series wins. Is that right? I've loved this baseball team. I've seen us losing season. I've seen us go through wins, playoffs. I've seen it all. You were the man, Hank. Wow. You were at that 72 series against the Reds, and what was it, 74 against the Dodgers, 73? You were at all those series, huh? Amazing. I'm surprised the Yankees haven't traded Volpe for 3. Oh, man. It's fun, man. Listen, we got, what do we got? 13 more games, man. And what's the record? What's our record? You guys want a little wild card? Give you a little wild card. Can we do? We're still not officially eliminated now, guys. You know, we're still not officially eliminated. What are we right now? We're 12 back with 13 to play. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Hey, listen. They're at 69 wins right now. 69 and 80. The goal is to get to 75. 6 and 7 down the stretch. The big thing with this team that I want to see is consistency. Consistency. Hank, how are the Connie Mack days? Great question, my ace. Pandra, I was just about ready to give up. Jesus. I mean, for me, last 2 days, I'm getting ready to give up on Butler and Ginn. I was just getting ready to give up on Butler. I thought Sacramento felt the same way, but they love Butler here. He's proven me wrong. Yeah, me too. Me too. My favorite athletics players, Tony Kemp, Nick Kurtz, Denzel, Coco. How about from the team? How about from the 72 to 74 teams, Hank? Those teams in the early 70s. You got any favorite players from there? Joe Rudy, maybe? Connie Mack says we're great. What does the team need to win the AL West next year? Salty, I think the main thing is we need consistency, right? And I know that's a cliche, right? What team doesn't need consistency? And I think also at the same time, attitude. I think attitude and culture. Togetherness. All those things count. All those things mean something. All those things get you through tough times, get you through a losing streak. You look at the guys we had up. Who on this team now? Look at the teams. Look at guys on the team that were part of the 20 of 21 losing that's no longer there. Urshela, Seth Brown, Johnny Pereda, Miguel Andahar, Luis Urias, Mitch Spence, Joey Estes. Well, he was on the 2021. Grant Holman, Leclerc, he wasn't there. Murdoch, McFarland, JP Sears, Mason Miller. Half our roster is no longer there, no longer on the team that was part of the 20 of 21 streak. Now, it has nothing to do with what kind of players they were. Mason Miller is great. I love JP Sears. I love Luis Urias. But togetherness matters. Culture, all that stuff matters. And right now, it feels like we have that. Obviously, pitching needs to be more consistent. Our bullpen's been fantastic. Kotsay needs to get better as far as his decision making. So, we'll see. We'll see. But for me, if there's one thing that I have to focus on what it does to win the AL West next year, it's that locker room. It's everything off the field that makes us good on the field. If you want somebody else's success more than you want your own, you're on a championship team. You're on a championship team. That's all I got to say. You got to believe. Hank Aaron, huh? Joe Rudy, salty. Denzel hit a 471-foot home run, maybe our best athlete. Could be a 20 home run threat. He for sure, salty. What are we going to sacrifice to get 20 home runs? I don't want a Lawrence Butler type. Like Lawrence Butler hitting 20 home runs for me this year didn't do anything for me. He's had an awful year at the plate. Last 30 days, he's been fantastic. But I don't want that type of 20 home runs. You know, he could be. It depends on the reps. If we can get 240, 250 out of Denzel, I mean, that's golden. That is golden. Hank, I like Bob Johnson, Pieper, Al Simmons. Wow. That was. Jay Souls, I believe this year in SAC, the ballpark issues, etc. was hardened for us. Next year, we're going through the rotation together, and the guys look happy. Yeah, this year was tough. I think off-the-field stuff really affected this year's team a lot more than anybody really expected. For me included, Jesus, I couldn't believe what was going on off the field. Hopefully that stuff's gone. My A's, if you got to add a player next year that could fit this culture, who's your guy? Like a free agent, for example? It's a good question. That's a good question. Let me think about that. Yes, a few years back, Olsen, Chapman, Pinder all came up together in the minors and continued that winning culture, tearing it up in Oakland. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of those teams traditionally had great culture, man. Yeah. They did. They did. Yeah. I still get nervous about that. Seth Brown was badass when he played. When he played shit, I can tell you all more players I knew. Brown was good, man. You know, it was interesting. Only in 2023, which wasn't too long ago, Seth Brown was batting fourth, coming off 20-something home runs in 22. He was batting fourth. He was the guy. Rooker was the guy on the bench trying to get any ounce of playing time. That wasn't too far ago. That wasn't too long ago. Excuse me. Seth Brown was the man. And Rooker was looking to get time. It's crazy how fast things can change. Olsen and Pinder were good. Salty, just for fun, if you're up for it, who are recent A's comps for this team? I'll start. Kurtz, Giambi. Yes. Wilson, Lansford. You got to go Lansford. I mean, you know, who else? Who else do you got there? You want to go, you know, I guess you would go, you want to go Matt Olson over Giambi for that Kurtz comparison? I mean, Matt Olson was it. The guy was pretty legit in today's uniform, man. He was legit in a A's uniform. But let me think about that. That's good stuff. Joe Rudy is my second favorite athletic player of all time, even though my favorite athletics outfield was Ricky, Dwayne Murphy, and Armas. Armas was amazing. What was an 81? He got MVP votes in 81, too. Tony Armas was unbelievable. Love Tony Armas. Ricky Henderson, legend, number 27 on your wall is good. Number 24 on your walls. Yeah. It's Catfish, old 27. Murphy was a great. Armas was a beast. Langoliers, 96 Steinbach. That's a good one. I'd go Trey Turner. As far as an addition, I love Trey Turner. Is that what you're talking about, my ace? Or a comp? Or I mean, Trey Turner's pretty damn good. Rooker and Geronimo Baroa, huh? Really? Rooker I was thinking more like Cespedes. No? I go Cespedes for Rooker. Is that more no salty? You got Baroa. You think Baroa is a better comp to Rooker than Cespedes? I don't know. If you were to go back deeper, there you go. Rooker, Cespedes. I got one right there. Tomorrow, who's the matchups? Pitching matchups, guys. Lefty, we're going against a sneaky lefty tomorrow. Sneaky lefty. We got Luis Morales on the hill. Blade. How are you going to compare Blade to anybody right now? I mean, I don't know. Blade, Urias comparison right now? I'm bummed on Blade, man. I'm bummed. His at-bats were terrible tonight, too. Terrible. Morales and Nick Lodolo tomorrow. 105 start. Brent Anderson was good, man. Brent Anderson was a stud. I liked him a lot. He was a dog out there. He was a grinder. Brent Anderson, maybe like a Jeffrey Springs? You guys like that one? Brent Anderson, Jeffrey Springs? Jameel Weeks, man, number 12 overall out of University of Miami. I thought Jameel Weeks was going to be it. I thought he was going to be a superstar. Didn't work out, did he? Had his set scattered with hitter Adam Rosales, was good with the speed. Chris Davis, Cade, wait. Rooker's away, but power-wise, yes. Power-wise, yes, but Rooker's a really good hitter. There's no comparison as far as hitting to Chris Davis and Brent Rooker. No, as far as hitter, as far as power guys, yes. Rooker's a hell of a hitter, man. I mean, Rooker could not only bash, but he's gap to gap. I mean, he had 2 hits today, opposite field. Excuse me, his second hit was opposite field. But we've seen him doing a lot of that lately this year. Is insiding out and going to right field. Rooker's become last 2 years has become a complete hitter. Chris Davis was always just mash, man. Davis was always just mash. Plate or Shella. You want me to compare those two? Chris Davis and JJ is okay. He could be a lot better. Chris Davis, Rooker have both. As far as that, sure. But I'm saying as far as hitters, I don't think there's a comparison. I think Rooker's much better of a hitter than Chris Davis. Power-wise, you could even give the edge to Chris Davis as far as if you want to talk just power. I mean, Rooker had 39 bombs last year, though. Shoot. Hard to think of a comp for Butler. Butler, to me, if you want a comp for him, here, don't go overboard here. Now, let's just hear me out. A poor man's Ricky Henderson. And that's a compliment. That's beyond a compliment. He's not even there yet. A poor man's Ricky Henderson. He has the potential to hit for speed and power. A poor man's Ricky Henderson for Lawrence Butler. And that's a compliment. By me saying poor man's Ricky Henderson, believe me, we're talking about the greatest leadoff hitter of all time. Arguably, one of the greatest offensive weapons ever to play. In his prime, Ricky Henderson was one of the best. Good call, Chuck. Blade, Ben Grieve, right? Yeah. Yeah, Ben Grieve was another one, too. I had a lot of hope for. He just didn't. He was okay. Grieve was actually better than Blade, believe it or not. So I think Soderstrom's a lot better than Ben Grieve. Grieve had a lot of hype. Grieve was all right. But he still wasn't that guy. Grieve never ended up being that guy. Not even close to it. But he was solid. Next year's additions for me, Scherzer's not coming to Sacramento, Bob. Not at this time in his career. He ain't coming. Getting rid of Sean Murray, I wouldn't say that. It got us Langoliers. At the time, I didn't like the trade. No, excuse me. We didn't get anything for Sean. I'm sorry. That came out of the Olsen trade. You're right. No, you're right, Hank. We got nothing out of that. Nothing. Nothing for Murphy. We got, what's his name? Kyle Muller. He had a great opening day start in 2024. He was nails. I thought we gave up a little too fast on Kyle Muller. You guys think so? I thought it was a little too fast. We gave up on Kyle Muller. Yeah, better Rooker than Davis. Can you stop? Bob, Tim Raines, Vince Coleman, Willie McGee. No, they weren't. They didn't have the power, man. Bob, they didn't have the power Ricky did. None of those guys. I love all those guys you're talking about. Vince, Raines, McGee, but they didn't have that pop that Ricky had. Ricky could take you deep at any moment. Those are old school. Raines, Coleman, and McGee. Not necessarily McGee. Did you know what? Here's something interesting. When the A's acquired McGee in, what was it, 92? I want to say 91, 92. I might be a year off here or there. They acquired McGee at the trade deadline, and he actually won the batting championship for the NL that year for the Cardinals. A little something there. Sodi or Brandon Moss? Moss was good, right? Moss didn't really get his due. He didn't get enough of it. Moss was good. Moss was really good. Like if I was to start a team today, I got to go to Soderstrom. But Moss was good. That's tough. That's tough, Angelo. That's a good one, man. That's a good one. I'm going Sodi. But it's not easy. Like the automatic answer you would think would be, hey, Soderstrom. Brandon Moss was really good. Really good. Grieve. I had real hopes for two guys. Who's the high school kid we drafted that had so much hype to him? We brought him up so fast. Why am I forgetting? You guys will think it's slipping my name. But him and Ben Grieve were the guys that I thought were just going to be boom. He can hit. The team I hate most in the AL West, I hate the Stros too. I hate the Stros. It's like they act like 2017 never happened. I mean, for a while there, in 18 and 19, I like the fact that it was the Astros against the world type deal. But now as we get longer into it, they act like it never happened. Like they're really arrogant. They haven't done anything. Whatever. Raines had a little pop, but I mean, we're talking 13 bombs a year pop. Raines was a great player, man, when he was in prime. No question. All-Star. You guys remember what was the 88 World Series? Excuse me. All-Star game. Was it 88, 87? I forget. What year was the All-Star game in Oakland? Tim Raines. Game-winning hit. 13th inning, was it? Off of Jay Howe, A's closer. Coleman was a monster until he signed that big deal with the Mets, and then he was a bust. Yes, Willie McGee was the one that led us to that postseason for sure. Oh, there's another one. Good call, Chuck. Felix Jose. He never did anything, man. No, you're right. I was high on Felix Jose. I was big time high on Felix Jose. Sony was a good player, but he has some slumps every year. Goes through. Yeah, he's 22 also. Thank you, Bob. Todd Van Poppel. Yes, Todd Van Poppel, man. Golly. Todd Van Poppel. He's finishing fourth in team stats for most categories offensively. They truly are a top three offense. Consistency, right, my ace? Situational hitting. I don't want to see our numbers. Yes, they look great. I don't feel we're there yet offensively. Too inconsistent. We've had some just, the St. Louis series is a perfect example. We didn't face any pitchers in that series that was any good. We couldn't hit on Sunday against the Angels in Anaheim. That was terrible. Against the Red Sox. I'm okay against Crochet. That's fine. That happens. But game 2 against that rookie. So we got to get more consistent offensively. While the numbers look great, yeah, until we do. Remember Jason Alexander when we faced him when he was with Houston? First half of the year, he absolutely dealt against us. So it's good to have those stats, but we got to get more consistent as an offense. We can't have that. We've had too many of those. Van Poppel was up fast. Well, for sure, Weeks was a letdown. 100%, Angelo. I thought he was going to be it. 12th overall. He had all the tools. If the Astros weren't changed, we'd probably win the division in 18. That was a hell of an Astro team, too, though. It was a shame about that cheating. It overshadowed how good they were. They were really good. Oakland in 87. That's right. Thank you. All-Star game. 87-88. Love to he won it. Yes. Butler, Dwayne Murphy. It's not bad, Bob. They both struck out a ton. That's for sure. That's not bad. Good call. Not against that. My comp lineup. Let's hear it, Salty. Remember the series we played? The Royals in the playoffs? Royals are actually my wife Daisy's. Is that right? And are you talking about in 2000 and which one? There was a couple of them. Are you talking about, you go way back? Are you talking about in 80? When they had that weird deal, Hank, the first half, second half deal, and we faced the Royals in the first round of the playoffs before facing the Yankees? Well, that was in 81. Sorry. Or are you talking about 2014, the wild card game? Lansford, Giambi, Cespedes. This is Salty Tom's. Those on audio only is lineup, comp lineup. Lansford, Giambi, Cespedes, Baines, Steinbach, Hendu, Menachino. I like Menachino. Weiss, Ryan Christensen. I met Menachino a couple times. I thought Steve Carsey was good. Yeah, me too. The injury stopped him from doing that. You only feel that because you can't throw an ace back at time 5 team aces. We don't have aces. You're right. Compared to Wilson, Kurtz, Rooker, Soderstrom, Langoliers, Butler, Muncy, Hernandez, Clark. That's pretty good. I like it. I'm going to look at that side to side. 2015 to 2016. Yes. Okay. 80. All right. Right. 81. 81. Would we win that? We won that series. I think did we sweep the Royals in that one? Then we faced the Yankees. Billy Martin won. Hey, I like Billy Martin as an A. I did. It's what actually got me into baseball and being an A's fan. But Billy Martin always wanted to be a Yankee, man. He was a Yankee. That's where his heart was. Was your it's Lindor, Angelo. There's no, if you watch DeVry's player comparison, and we've heard it before, this is nothing, no surprise, but if you watch DeVry's play, and he's spot on, his stance, his swing, how smooth he is, a spitting image of Francisco Lindor. Spitting image of Francisco Lindor. He's bigger than Lindor, though. He's bigger. But as far as his stance, how he plays, I think DeVry is just like Lindor. I got to go to bed. All right, Hank, you take care, bud. Thanks for coming by, man. Appreciate it. We all can't wait. Mr. Baller can't wait for a full year, Kurtz. What's your honest prediction for playoff hopes in the next 3 seasons? Possible to know. How competitive do you think we will be in Vegas? I wasn't wrong this year. I made a prediction at the beginning of the year. I said this team would win the AL West. And for as much as I got mocked and scrutinized and called everything in the name for having that prediction, I was not wrong. You look at some games we lost this year, how close they were, how many games we blew. And where this team is now, and compared, I was not far off. We were closer than you think this year. I thought we were built to win this year. And I don't think I'm stretching it. I don't. I'm still pissed about this year. Let's not forget about Gunnar Hoglund, too, in the conversation as far as pitching next year. We'll see how he responds from the injuries. I think when you have a guy like Rooker, Kurtz, Jacob Wilson, Max Muncy, Soderstrom, Langoliers, that are all hitting their prime, I think this team is built to win now. And I felt we should have been more competitive for a playoff spot this year. I wasn't wrong. Who would have guessed 20 of 21? And you know what? You know what's crazy about this year? There was, and I've gone over in past shows, I've gone through how many losses this team just gave away. And if you look back at the season, there wasn't many games where we just stole. There wasn't many games where we stole it late innings, or we came from behind. I wasn't wrong this year as far as what I thought this A's teams could be. The expectations were off as far as management, and they wanted to get better from the 69 wins they had last year, which they're going to do, but I thought we were better than that. You look at how we played the Astros. You look at how we played the Rangers. You look at how we played the Mariners. But we lose our first 7 games against the Angels? And we get rolled by them? Come on. I wasn't off this year. So I think we're going to be, I think this team, the way it's built right now, should be competitive every single year. And yeah, and I say it at the top at the open, I think this team is building a dynasty. You got to remember, we're 22 years old. A lot of these kids are really, really young. DeVry, Wilson, Kurtz, Soderstrom. You got kids like Luis Morales. Gage Jump's been struggling lately. Jamie Arnold. I thought we drafted great this year. I thought the Mason Miller trade was awesome. I mean it. I think we're building a dynasty. I think the team is built to win. We have to. He has to spend, man. You have to spend. In order to get to that level and consistency, year in and year out, you're going to have to spend. And it's one thing he has not done. And we could sit here and go back and forth. It was a stadium thing in Oakland or whatever you want to do. We've gone through that many a times. We're not going to do that again. But the bottom line that has remained consistent is he hasn't spent. Olsen, Chapman, tons of guys have gotten away over the years. That's all true. And this ownership since Wolf took over, since Fisher and Wolf publicly, it was always profit first. And they were public about it. They said it. If you want to build a dynasty, you want to win year in and year out, which this team is built to do, you have to fill holes. In order to fill holes, you have to spend. It's good enough right now. We're competitive enough right now to get to the playoffs. Oh, Manakino was Giambi's mini-me. 2014 Royals reminded me of Billy Ball's A's team. Good call. Lester on the... I love the Lester deal. I did like that one. Yeah, Brandon Moss there. Josh Donaldson was a stud. Billy Bean's ego. Billy Bean's ego screwed up two things, didn't he? Two things I'm pissed about. Josh Donaldson, and Holiday. Holiday was a monster. We did in 81. We lost 2014. Yeah, they won the World Series both years. Night, take care, bud. Am I crazy to compare? Salty, I did a show earlier in the offseason or early in the beginning. It was all about that. I compared Jacob Wilson and Derek Jeter, mirror images of each other. They do both the same things. Like, if you really look at it, Jeter, you never think of as like a power guy. But he had some pop. He could hit 20, 25 bombs. He did it usually, but he had that type of pop. He went to all fields. He was active in the batter's box. Wilson has pop himself. He has 13, I think, this year. They both were better defensively than you think. There's a huge comparison between the two. Quiet leaders, too, right? No, you're right on with that, Salty. I did a full-on show on that. A full-on show on Jeter-Wilson comparison. That's a good call. Bob, devises me a young... Really? Different. Strawberry was more slug. Strawberry was more of a bomber, right? But as far as hype coming up and expectations, yeah. Wilson, Kurtz, DeVries, comp to Jeter, Tomey, Lindor. It's a good call. Yeah. For sure. That's a good call. That's a good call. Soderstrom could realistically go 280. You know who I think so? You know who I comp Soderstrom to? Salty? Christian Yelich. Soderstrom I comp to Christian Yelich. How's that? You like that one? Salty? Soderstrom, Christian Yelich. That's who I got. This is the biggest what-if season I can remember. Greatest catch ever. Best offensive game ever. Multi-30 home runs guys ever. Incredible to think. Yeah. Yeah. Blame Sandy for everything. Yeah. Thank you for dedication, Booty. We love you. Can you recommend a good baseball documentary or movie for me to watch after this pod? Check out Ken Burns. Ken Burns has some really good ones. Check out Ken Burns. Scroll through what he has and check it out. Morales reminds me of a healthy Rich Harden. I like that. I like that. The key, you know what makes me nervous about all these pitchers, though? Like, who was it? Journey the other day, someone the other day had a comment, and at first he was like, what will happen first? Luis Morales gets Tommy John or wins 15 games? Now, at first you're kind of like, oh, it's kind of like a messed up joke. But, I mean, seriously, man. Pitchers now are just dropping like flies. Like every other day, you hear news about somebody getting Tommy John. It's crazy, man. I just hope ownership isn't thinking about the money they'll be making bringing championship home to Vegas. I don't think they're going to sell off guys, Tereshon. I think the bottom line is really going to come if Fisher, if Vegas is profitable, which I think it will be. I think it's a gold mine. If they get the corporate sponsorships, they should. He'll spend. The problem with Oakland was the attendance. And listen, we could talk about, hey, well, the Coliseum was screwed up. They didn't invest in the team. Why should we show up? Oh, okay, fine. But there was no money at the gate, and free agents and what you want to spend outside is spent from what's at the gate. So if Vegas turns out to be the gold mine, I think it will be, he'll spend. If it doesn't, here we go again. Matt Holliday was a horrible trade. He never wanted that too. Yeah. He never did want to be an A, did he? He was good though. Being traded Cespedes midseason was horrible. You didn't like that, huh? See, I was a big Lester guy, and I felt that team was built to win that year. I felt Lester was the missing piece. I love Lester. I knew we weren't going to re-sign him, though. So I felt like it was that year or never. And listen, we lost a heartbreaker to the Royals. Royals ended up getting to the World Series that year. They won it the year after. Compare Strawberry A, double number super. Right, just different positions and outfielder versus shortstop as far as DeVries switch hitter, Strawberry. Yeah, maybe I see what you're getting at, Bob. I see what you're getting at. But, I think he's more like a Lindor, but yeah, I get where you're getting at. Would love to see Geloff become a Davey Lopes type. I just want freaking Geloff just to hang in there, just do anything right now. Man, Geloff and Bleday right now is painful for me. I think the A's will sign a free agent starting pitcher leading into 2028 Vegas, such as a Joe Ryan. Well, Joe Ryan ain't going to come to Sacramento, I'll tell you that. Maybe, yeah, at the end of, he'll be a free agent then. I think we talked about this before. I hope so. We'll see what our pitching looks like. I like our prospects. I'm still high on Jack Perkins, and I still predicted Jack Perkins will win a Cy Young. I'm that high on him. This team is peaking in 2028, plus Joe Wright at the top of the rotation with Morales jumping all. I got Jack Perkins at the top of the rotation. Could be wrong. Jack Perkins is my guy. I'm not getting away from that one. Is it possible we trade Langoliers? Why do you want to trade Langoliers, Mr. Baller? Who do you want back there? McIver? I like McIver. I mean, having a good catcher, man, they're hard to find, right? I'm all right. I don't want to move Langoliers. I think we need to extend Langoliers. I like them. The show is cooked tonight. Good night from Australia. Good night, Jay Souls. Lester and Johnny Gomes were pissed that they were traded to the A's. They were on camera footage at the time. They were told they were not. I get it. No, I hear you. Hindsight's, you look back at it, post it, and I'm saying at the time, I liked it. Now, looking back at it, I don't know. We could get a good haul for, but what do you want to get? What do you want to get? And we got a good haul for Mason Miller. We got to at some point, and Langoliers is kind of part of this core. I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose Langoliers. He's part of this core. That stuff matters, guys. But we would definitely get. We better get a whole lot. We better get a couple hauls for Langoliers. I want to hang on to Langoliers. I get what you're saying, though. I'm still haunted by Lester. He did not want to throw the first. Oh, God. They ran all over him in that game. There's no catcher in the game like Langeliers. He's even better than Cal Raleigh, I think. Cal's pretty damn good, but he's in the same sentence. Starting pitching. You got to build starting pitching from within, man. I don't believe in trading for starting pitching, and I don't believe in getting free agents for starting pitching. We've seen too much, right? We've seen too much. You get a position player gets hurt, they're out 4 to 6 weeks. A starting pitcher gets hurt, they're out 2 years. I don't want to trade for a pitcher. We give up too much or work too much. How'd Corbin Words work out for the Orioles? It's going to take them like 2 years for the D-backs. It's just tough, man. It's just tough. I used to believe in starting pitching, but every other day somebody's out for 2 years. You grow from within starting pitching. Someone gets hurt, they're out for a while, fine. You're not spending a ton of money on them. You still have them under team control. You trade for a starting pitcher, you sign a free agent pitcher, pitcher, you're spending a whole lot of money. Look what we're spending for Severino. Severino's not even an ace. He's like a 4 starter. He has a 5 ERA. And then you trade for one, you're giving up a lot. I don't want to do that. No way, I agree. 14 was definitely our year. Soto getting hurt killed us. Lester not holding. Jeez. And Norris behind the plate. Thanks, Chuck. I saw that game about a couple months ago. I don't know why. I guess I just wanted to, I don't know. I don't know why I did it. Burns, Montgomery, Erod, D-backs. Yeah, man. It's just tough. Bob, I like our catcher, but he's not Cal Raleigh. Dude is Piazza. As far as Cal, no. I mean, and he's a platinum glove defensively. Yeah, now I'm not saying Langeliers is no Cal Raleigh, but when you're discussing best catchers in the game, it's Cal, and then, and then Shea, I think, up there as well. That's all. Anyway, guys, late. Hey, fun win. Appreciate you guys hanging out. That was a fun time tonight, guys. Enjoy the show. Enjoy the time with you guys, as always. But it's time to call it a day. It just is. Thank you for making Locked On A's your first listen every day. For your second listen, find the all-night Locked On MLB Game Night, every game, every night until a World Series champion is crowned. Get local analysis on a national scale. Find MLB Game Night on Locked On MLB on YouTube or wherever you listen to your podcast. Thank you, Salty. Hey, much appreciate you, brother. Bobby, thank you very much, man. Enjoyed it, guys. Had a lot of fun. You take care, fellas. I will see you all tomorrow, hopefully. Take care, fellas.